today I'm having coffee with Julie Corret.
Julie Corret.
Julie Corret. I want to like fancy up the Corret.
I know,
like,
and it's spelled like Julie.
It's Julie. I want to say Julie Corret.
It looks like Julie Corret when you look at it, but it's Julie Corret.
Okay, but just so you know, like people mess up my last name like all the time.
I don't know how to say your last name at all.
It's Peto.
Oh.
I guess the French pronunciation would be like Peto or whatever, but like I'm not like I guess I'm from like generationally ago like Canadian French. So
Well,
like,
all my sisters have French names. My mom wanted to give all of us girls French names growing up here, but I'm not from anywhere else, and I can't speak a word of French. No.
Well, actually, I'm having coffee with Julie.
Julie.
Now you made me so nervous about it.
I'm sorry. Don't worry about it.
Julie. Okay, so and Julie and I actually met on Twitter, which is actually
it's
fun.
blowing up right now.
Twitter is because we went and put a few little pictures up, and
We
I'm
did
gonna
some selfies.
we did some selfies, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'll retweet some of the stuff that you've done here. It's just there's such an active, Twitter's. Twitter's for like. Twitter's for those people who don't know, Twitter is like Instagram, for people that can read, basically.
It's little snippets, it's quick conversations, it's quick posts, it's quick engagements because you're limited to how many characters you can write. And you can follow people, they don't have to follow you back, so you don't have friends necessarily.
Right.
You have people that you follow and people that follow you.
They're different. And so it's cool because like there is such a cool and Twitter's like it's been around a while, and so the people that are like on there, like there is this NOLA kind of
There's
Twitter
a NOLA
community.
Twitter community, and I was once told by someone that lived in California for a long time that the people that are on Twitter in New Orleans are some of the big influencers in the city because really, if you look at the
That's not true. I am on Twitter.
Speak for yourself.
And I can't. Yes.
If you look at the population of people in New Orleans and people that are on Twitter, it's not very high, or at least active on Twitter. So if you go to like California, everybody is on Twitter. It's a part of their culture. But the people that are in Twitter in New Orleans, those people are engaged. If they're in it, they're in it big.
Yes.
Which
is similar.
So if you're going to be in New Orleans, you have to go big in something. And the New Orleans Twitter community is fascinating because, first off, New Orleans in itself has these built-in communities and.
Well, it's funny because and especially when I'm tweeting, I always try to if I can, because I'm like my great grandparents grew up in Bywater and stuff. My dad did, and so I'm trying to whenever I'm talking, I'm very yatty, I guess, if you will. So I do try to when I'm tweeting, I try to throw little I try to AW, for various things. I try to put my dialect in there, Confederacy of Dunces in my tweets, to let people know that I'm downriver, essentially, I don't know, is that what you're saying? You can tell by where kind of people are and their mindsets by their tweets.
I think people are fascinated with NOLA Twitter because in real life, IRL on Twitter,
hashtag,
everyone's got their backgrounds and neighborhoods or where they went to high school, and they have
where did you go to high school, by the way?
Okay, so I have an interesting high school story. I'm Sacred Heart.
Okay.
But I originally attended an Ain't Dare No More Mercy Academy.
Oh, okay.
Go Poodles.
Where was Mercy Academy?
It was smack dab between Loyola and Tulane across from Holy Name of Jesus Grammar School.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
It was a very old all-girls Catholic school, and my mom taught there, and I went to summer camp there, and it did not continue after my freshman year. That was what prompted De La Salle to go co-ed.
Okay.
You had hundreds and hundreds of displaced students, including an entire junior class that needed to find a senior year somewhere.
Okay, well that's super cool. That's a neat one. I'm always I was told by someone that's look, when you have someone from New Orleans on the show, I don't know where they went to high school.
So you're not from here?
I grew up in St. Bernard, so I went to Hannon.
Okay.
So yeah,
good enough.
I
I was gonna walk off otherwise, but I'll stick around.
And so what you have a of course we tweeted each other and
and we met one time at an event.
At an event out at Pizza Nola, who he was on the show,
Yes,
by the way.
I saw
He
that.
was, with his Sharks.
Pizza Nola's the best.
But the other thing is like you know. So I was trying to figure out like what exactly, and you know, you'll maybe tweet that you're in meetings and stuff. I don't. You do some type of like business consulting. I don't know what it is that you do.
Right.
You see, and like so, I went to your website because when you were coming here for the show.
We're in transition.
I went and looked at the website, and you've got like every big name. Like it seems like you've worked with like every big name company in town, and I have no idea what you do.
Okay.
So like business consulting, or I don't even know. I have no idea.
So I have a management consulting firm.
Oh, the sun.
The sun went away. You can see now for a second.
I don't understand. We film this here every day at the same time. I don't understand why the circle.
Because I'm here. I'm attracting the light.
The sun like beats in on it.
So it's a management consulting firm, and very soon, and I'm fine saying it here. The new name or rebranding is 7602 Business Performance.
Okay.
7602 Business Performance.
7602 Business Performance.
It's a management consulting firm.
Send me a link, and I'll put it on the
sure thing.
Thing
you
below
got it.
there. Yeah.
So I'm an executive coach. I work with leaders and I work with teams.
Okay.
I work with leaders to help them become the most effective version of their professional selves.
Okay.
Either working with them one-on-one as their executive coach or doing group training for managers.
Okay.
And I work with teams. And I help them do the 3 things that are necessary in the workplace to be successful outside of actually doing your job. Which is
communicate. Yeah, I was about to say
well, what are those 3 things?
I was worried that you were going to make me like, pay you
guess
for
them.
3 things.
No.
Or guess them. I have no idea.
Getting some free coaching.
Yeah.
It's communicating, collaborate, and problem solve.
Okay.
So I work with teams to help them communicate, collaborate, and problem solve more effectively.
Okay.
So I do workshops, training programs. I help folks basically deal with the stuff that gets in the way, which a lot of time are personality conflicts. People get hard feelings.
A
lot of conflict.
Because business is business. You've got to try to like.
You're trying to do your job, but you're mad at somebody. They sent an email. You wrote back. You got snarky. Someone put a memo out. You got offended.
Please advise.
Just replying to all.
Oh yeah.
Everyone gets inundated, and we're not on the same page, and we're not communicating very effectively. So I come in with organizations, and I help clarify what's getting in the way, and we fix it. And usually it's around collaborating, communicating, and problem-solving skills, or it's around the leaders needing additional training on how to talk to people and how to coach them.
And try to I guess, so you work more on people. So how does a manager effectively
lead,
motivate?
Right, coach and counsel.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a manager? That, you're under a filter now. You no longer have the luxury to come in and say, oh my God, it's Monday, geez, forget about it. You can't say that anymore as a manager.
Yeah, you've got
to want to be there.
It's Monday!
Yay!
Let's roll!
Yes.
Because you've got to because you've got to rally the
role
team,
model.
Get the team, and get the team.
I help a lot of people that have been transitioned when they've been promoted, because it's a really hard time when you've been buddies with somebody and their peer, and now you're their boss. So how do you transition from, hey, we were peers, but now I have to hold you accountable? How do I balance that? Because a lot of people, they don't like anyone to be mad at them, so they let things slide, and that causes problems.
Yeah, that's very. I mean, it's very interesting because this is problems that people, I guess, have, and so a company a bigger company would hire.
Well, any company, any size uses me. So I work with organizations that are small nonprofit that have 6 people in the office, but they're still having problems, to large corporations that have 20 offices throughout Louisiana and Mississippi, and there's 400 employees, and we just need some systems and some agreed upon ways we're going to communicate. And a lot of times my clients don't know what they need. They just know that people aren't getting along, and so I come in and maybe I'll do some investigative interviews, and I'll interview everybody to get a pulse of what's going on. But a lot of times I found that truly it's really the same issues everywhere. People's personalities get in the way, our feelings get hurt, we're frustrated, we're not communicating in a way to not want to hurt someone's feelings. We're just putting it out there and letting it be there on them if they're going to get offended or not. Or I'm going to wait for them to be polite to me and respect me before I'll give it back to them.
Okay.
And then it's a cycle.
Okay. That's so
you
interesting.
You got to cut the cycle.
You got to cut this, and it's basically at the end of the day, it's about how to communicate.
Communicate, collaborate, and problem solve.
Okay.
And so I make them come up with their own action plans, and then I go back to management.
I'm still stuck on communicate.
Well, it really is.
This guy sent me an email, and I'm ticked off. So.
Don't reply. Don't say anything yet. I do whole programs on emails. Those are the most fun because I take real emails that I've seen, and we break it down and dissect it and talk about like what would you say in response? How could you know, we take memos. And
so what's the best way to like tell somebody to go screw themselves? Please advise. Is that still the best?
So you never want to be dismissive in an email. A lot of times you're not going to be able to problem solve in an email. But what you want to do with the email is not exasperate the problem. And we go down the rabbit hole, and we're just like, I'm going to tell you. Oh yeah, great, yeah, and I mean, they're just going at it for 45 minutes. When sometimes it's best, a lot of the training is about when is it time to not email back.
And go talk to somebody in person.
Well, a big portion of the training is how do you prevent someone getting to that point? Or how do you give information that people aren't going to want to hear? Like maybe there's been a decision that you have to work on Lundy Gras. So how do you rule that out? How do you write an email that people are going to want to read? So that's just one of the things.
So that's so interesting. It's so interesting. There's people like you that do that. You know?
Well, my business came about because people kept coming to me and asking for help for things. And
is there a lot of people that do this? You would think that there would be a lot of people that need to do that.
I don't like to use the word competition because there's so much out there that people need support on, but I really don't know. Amy Landry, who we work together a lot and collaborate, although Amy really works on the HR side of things and the employee policy manual side of things and conflict resolution side of things and work-life balance. I don't know anyone that does specifically what I do, but I don't bother to find out because I just worry about me and my clients.
Yeah, because I mean, but it seems like, and when you're saying this, and before we even, like, click the camera on here, I was like, hey, look, don't tell me because I want to, like, talk about it. Because that's kind of the whole fun of the show is just to be, just stop by and have coffee.
Yes. And it's delicious coffee, by the way.
What are you drinking?
The coffee and chicory.
Coffee and chicory.
Yeah, I got to do it old New Orleans style, always.
So, you say, okay, well, I've got, like, that seems to be, like, problems that I've encountered, because I deal with businesses all the time, because, I'm supplying coffee to people and I'm talking to business. This, like, email thing and this inter-person problem, like, that is well, probably, like, the core, like, problem within businesses.
Yes,
so if you can get people to talk, and then you can get them to collaborate, and then if you can get a team together that's powerful, man, you can take over the world.
And you need managers to help coach that. You need the managers to hold people accountable when they fail to do that. You need managers to say, I saw you handle that, good job. So you can't just go in and train the team and let them go. You need a structure to keep that in place. I mean, there are definitely a lot of firms and agencies that do this. I just don't think I don't think about them because I have so many clients that I'm really worried about.
Well, thank you so much for coming. That was totally interesting.
Yay, this is such a great time.
Cool. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. And of course, we'll retweet and everything.
Twitter's blowing up. They love their selfies, so I'll be retweeting that.
Oh, and then they're gonna go nuts when we post the video.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for
coming.
Bye.
Yay, this is great.